In today's video, we will learn about the trochlear nerve, including its origin, pathway, functions, and clinical implications. All of the cranial nerves are named according to their specific features, depending upon their function or sometimes the pathway they follow, such as the cranial nerves we have already covered, like olfactory nerve named because of its sense of olfaction, optic nerve for vision, and oculomotor because it provides motor nerve supply to most of the extraocular muscles. The trochlear nerve is named after the Latin word trochlea, meaning pulley, because the tendon of the superior oblique muscle which the nerve innervates passes through a pulley-like structure, the trochlea, located on the medial side of the eye socket. The trochlear nerve is the fourth cranial nerve and is unique in several ways. It is the smallest cranial nerve by the number of axons but has the longest intracranial course. It is the only cranial nerve that emerges dorsally from the brainstem. It innervates only one muscle, the superior oblique muscle of the eye. This nerve primarily controls eye movement, particularly depression and intorsion, that is inward rotation of the eye, which is crucial for proper vision and gaze stabilization. The trochlear nerve originates from the trochlear nucleus. The trochlear nucleus is located in the midbrain within the periaqueductal gray matter at the level of the inferior colliculus. It contains somatic motor neurons that innervate the superior oblique muscle. Axons from the trochlear nucleus travel posteriorly, cross within the midbrain, and emerge from the dorsal aspect of the brainstem. The unique feature of the fourth cranial nerve is that it completely decussates or crossover, meaning the left trochlear nucleus controls the right superior oblique muscle and vice versa. This makes it the only cranial nerve that fully crosses before exiting the brainstem. The trochlear nerve follows a long and intricate pathway. It emerges dorsally from the midbrain posteriorly just below the inferior colliculus. It crosses to the opposite side. Then it wraps around the cerebral peduncles and travels in the subarachnoid space, passing between the posterior cerebral artery and superior cerebellar artery. The nerve enters the cavernous sinus where it runs along the lateral wall superior to the ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve and lateral to the oculomotor nerve. It then enters the superior orbital fissure to reach the orbit. The trochlear nerve enters the orbit outside the common tendinous ring and innervates the superior oblique muscle. Function of the trochlear nerve. The trochlear nerve is purely motor and controls a single extraocular muscle, the superior oblique. The actions of superior oblique are: number 1, depression of the eyeball. It moves the eyeball downward, especially when looking inward. Number 2, intorsion of the eyeball. It rotates the eye inward or medially. Number 3, abduction. It helps move the eye slightly outward or laterally. This muscle plays a crucial role in gaze stabilization, particularly when looking downward and inward, such as when reading or descending stairs. Dysfunction can cause vertical diplopia or double vision and difficulty with downward gaze. Trochlear nerve dysfunction, trochlear nerve palsy, results in dysfunction of the superior oblique muscle leading to characteristic clinical features. Causes include head trauma, most common due to long intracranial course. Congenital trochlear nerve palsy may remain undiagnosed until adulthood. Microvascular ischemia, common in diabetes and hypertension. Midbrain stroke or tumor affecting the trochlear nucleus. Increased intracranial pressure causes compression of the nerve. The symptoms comprises vertical diplopia or double vision, worsens when looking downward and inward, for example when reading or descending stairs, caused by misalignment due to the unopposed action of the other eye muscles. Hypertropia, which means upward eye deviation. The affected eye sits higher than the normal eye due to loss of depression by the superior oblique muscle. Extorsion or outward rotation of the affected eye. Normally, the superior oblique muscle intorts the eye. When the nerve is damaged, the eye rotates outward or extorted, causing discomfort. Compensatory head tilt to opposite side. Patients often tilt their head toward the unaffected side to compensate for the extorted eye and reduce diplopia. Head tilt test, also known as Bilshowski test. In this test, Tilting the head toward the affected side worsens diplopia due to loss of intorsion, whereas tilting the head to the opposite side reduces symptoms by aligning the eyes. Bilateral trochlear nerve palsy can occur after severe head trauma due to stretching of both trochlear nerves. This leads to exaggerated vertical diplopia and difficulty with downward gaze. Patients may tilt their head forward to compensate. To conclude, the trochlear nerve, despite being the smallest cranial nerve, plays a vital role in eye movement, gaze stabilization, and depth perception. Its long course and dorsal exit make it vulnerable to trauma, vascular lesions, and congenital defects. Understanding its origin, course, function, and clinical implications is essential for diagnosing conditions like trochlear nerve palsy, which presents with vertical diplopia, head tilt, and difficulty with downward gaze. In the next part, we'll continue with the other cranial nerves. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Do like and share the video and subscribe the channel to learn more.